Which Minecraft mob has the biggest meat, the biggest package, the biggest Why am I doing this? I don't know. I have been doing extensive and precise scientific researches to have the most accurate results possible. Here I have 12 mobs which I will be ranking from micro to leave some for the rest of us. Starting with Steve. Steve is around 1.8 blocks tall, which is 5'11". The first thing I thought of was just do the average meat size in the US and compare to the average height and do a height to meat ratio. But the thing is that Notch, the original creator of Minecraft, is Swedish. Instead of that, I chose the average Swedish size because it would be more lore accurate. So the average Swedish height is 5'11", which already coincides with Steve, so that's good. And the average Sweden meat size is 6 inches. So that puts him in average because it's quite literally the average size in Sweden. Continuing with the zombie, which is actually 1.95 blocks tall, I did the precise and accurate HTM ratio, which gave me 6 inch too. But the thing is, zombies are dead, so they don't have any blood flow in their bodies. So they're basically soft the entire time. That's a pretty big nerf that gives them minus 30% to their total, which brings them down to 4.2 inches, which is below average. So I'm gonna put it in the chill tier. We now have the Minecraft villager. A Minecraft villager is the same height as a zombie. It's 1.95 blocks tall, so 6'5". That gives me, like usual, 6 inches. But if you can see, villagers actually have big ass fucking noses, bro. They're so big, they go lower than their actual chin. And you know what they say, big nose, big dick. So that's gonna give him a plus 50% buff, which is gonna bring him up all the way to 9 inches. So that's gonna go in the baguette tier. Next up we have mob, me, yeah. Now the iron golem. So an iron golem is 2.7 blocks tall, which is actually 8'10", and using the HTM ratio we get 7.9 inches. But obviously we have to add the big nose buff that the villagers had. But the thing is, these little chuds are getting protected by this 8'10" Chad all day, which means he has very high test because he's fighting and protecting his people, which gives him a testosterone buff of plus 25%, which brings him to a final 14.8 inches. That is insane, and that's going to go at the top of the baguette tier. Following up is the Enderman, which is 2.9 blocks tall, which is 9'6". The tallest human in history was Robert Waldo, which was only a tiny 8'11", so he gets brutally mocked by the Enderman. And obviously an Enderman is black, so instead of the average US size, I chose the average size in the most populated African country, which is Nigeria, which brings the ratio from 7.5% to 9.7%. So adding that up with his already impressive size of 2.9 blocks, we get 11.02 inches, which is probably way less than you expected. But the Enderman doesn't get any other buff like the villager or the iron golem gets, so he's going at the middle of the baguette tier. Now we have the silverfish. The silverfish probably has the smallest in Minecraft apart from this loser, because it's only 0.3 blocks tall, so his entire body is just 11 inches long. With the HTM ratio, it brings him only to a measly 0.8 inches, not even breaking the 1 inch barrier. So he's gonna go at the top of the micro tier. The copper golem is another mob of the golem type, so he is going to get a big nose buff, but he's actually pretty small. With a height of 0.98 blocks tall, he only gets a 2.7 inch meat, which you can actually see on his head. I don't know why he got it out like that. He got a big ass tip though, what the f, which is gonna put him at the bottom of the chill tier. Now we get to the big boys. First, the warden. So the warden is 9'6" inches tall, the same as an Enderman, but he doesn't get any Nigerian buff. So he only ends up with a final score of 8.66 inches, which puts him under the villager, which is kind of crazy. But you have to take into consideration that the warden is just a girthy boy, and this is a tier list on length and not girth. You're probably wondering why the creeper is still there, but on the official Minecraft wiki, the creeper is actually described as a green sausage. The green sausage, also known as the creeper, is an accurate representation of Minecraft's creator's Notch's sausage. The size is about right and blasts easily. So the thing is with the creeper is that the height to meat ratio is 100% because its entire body is his meat. So a creeper is 5'6" tall, which is 66 inches. But we're not done yet. Because the creeper blows so fast, that shows a sign of low testosterone, and he gets a debuff of minus 15% to its size, but that still brings him to 56 inches, which is gonna put him at the top of the tier list. He might canonically have the biggest meat in all of Minecraft. On the final two, we have the Ravager. So the Ravager is actually a type of horse if you think about it. So I did some calculations. Don't ask me where I found the info. The HTM ratio of horses is actually 32%. So if you take the height of a Ravager, which is 2.2 blocks tall or 7'3", you get 0.7 blocks, which is 27.5 inches. So we're gonna put that in the third leg tier. You've been waiting for it, the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon hitbox is around 8 blocks tall, which is 26'3", and it's low-key a horse with wings if you think about it. So it's gonna get the horse HTM ratio, and that gives us a meat of 101.6 inches, which is putting the Ender Dragon at the top of the food chain. But the Ender Dragon has one singular debuff. It's that it's a female, which is a minus 100% debuff, which gives her a final score of a 0-inch meat, which actually puts mob over her. So guys, this is my final tier list. Tell me if there's any mob that I missed that are important that should be in this list, and tell me in the comment where you would be in this tier list. No, don't do that.